Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now, why am I stood in front of a 2 Series Coupe again? Well, firstly, this is the 220D, the diesel, so I'm intrigued at how this car drives. And secondly, it's in the fabulous new purple called Thunder Night. And well, what better excuse to have another look at this incredible car. So, we're going to have a little quick walk and talk around the car, refresh ourselves on some of the details, and then we're going to jump inside and see whether in 2022 the diesel version of this car still makes sense. I'll let you into a little secret. It does, but stay tuned for the reasons why. We start down here at the front end, where it's actually quite a bit different to a lot of BMWs that we've become used to. The grills here are blocked in and they're not the usual veins. It's different and they're not actually huge like they are in a lot of BMWs. So people can't moan about that. This actually is my favourite part of this car, the front end. You've got an enormous bulge on the bonnet, which used to be synonymous with M cars. This is just the 220D, so this is not an M car. However, I think it still looks very muscular, very handsome, and great on the road. You get LED lights as standard and they're different. They're not the usual Corona rings we're used to. It's a new design of LED light, and well, I think it just looks great. But then let's move on to my second favourite angle of this car. It's the side profile. I think the proportions of this car are absolutely spot on. A rather short nose and a very short back end, and then it rises up and just gives this short squat stance. We should be seeing the M2 version of this car very, very soon. I'm so looking forward to that. This car has the 19-inch alloy wheels, so this has an M Sport Pro pack, so you've got the bigger wheels, black grills, and a few other bits on this car inside, like Harman Kardon sound system, tinted rear windows, and so on. Another thing with the 2 Series Coupe, you've got new door handles, which actually fit flush with the car, and I think they look fantastic. I think they'll take a bit of getting used to some people, but I think they look brilliant. Oh, it's such a good looking car, and especially in this colour, this specification is absolutely spot on. Let's go and have a look at the rear. The rear end is probably the most controversial part of the car. There is a lot of sculpture going on here, so you've got a rear boot spoiler, again part of the M Sport Pro package. You've then got a dip here, another dip, a crease line, a diffuser. There is quite a lot going on, but again, I really like it. Let us know in the comments below what you think of the exterior design of the 2 Series Coupe. And well, how can you tell this is the diesel? Well, obviously we've got 220D model designation on the rear, and then here there's only one exhaust rather than two pipes, and that's pretty much the only way you can determine this car as the diesel. That's it. Then we move to the interior of the car, which again I think is a real step on from the previous shape 2 Series Coupe. It's the new BMW design language in here, not the new design language with the built-in 2 screens which you see on the i4 and the iX and so on, but it's the design language you see on 3 Series, 4 Series, and it's just a great place to sit. These seats are nice and supportive with plenty of bolster support. It all feels exceptional quality, and this car actually has the really nice M mood lighting in here, so the M colours in the door. You get all the infotainment system you're ever going to need. You've got full Bluetooth capabilities, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, which actually, as I speak, aren't actually available on this car, but are being put back into the car in the next few weeks due to the shortages of chips and so on. So you do get all those features included back. This particular car has a great spec. So we've got an M Sport Plus pack, as I've already mentioned, so big wheels and so on, Harman Kardon sound system. We've also got a comfort pack in this car, so we've got a heated steering wheel, electric seats, and a few other bits that just make this car feel so premium and so well sorted in here. Just sat in the driver's seat feels like you're in something so much more special than you actually are. But let's move on and go for a drive, because that's really what I wanted to find out with this car. Does the diesel drive just as well as the petrol? So let's answer the question. Has having a diesel engine under the bonnet of this car changed its characteristics? Well, I'm happy to say no. No, it hasn't. It still feels just as sharp and nimble on some lovely little Bishop's B roads. I've got a real soft spot for these these 2 Series Coupes. I think they are fantastic little cars. It still feels just as comfortable and usable every day as the petrol. It hasn't changed the characteristics of the car at all. I still think it's one of the most capable little 2-door coupes on the market. And having a diesel engine up front just means it's more economical and no less powerful actually. So that 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel actually has 190 horsepower, which is slightly more than the 184 you get from the 220i. And this has more torque, and well, you can definitely feel that. It feels much more torquey low down. It feels like it's got more of a punch behind it. And then you've got all the benefits of the miles per gallon you're going to get. This car has done about 1,000 miles and it's averaging 49.9 mpg. Of course, you don't get the nice raspy soundtrack that you do from the petrol, but it's more than made up with the torque delivery. The power delivery in this car is really nice. It's nice and linear. It doesn't give you a big load of torque straight away. It's actually just a nice casual push in the back. To wrap this up, I'll go back to my original question. Does a diesel in this car make sense in 2022? Well, I think it does, because let's be honest, it's just as clean as it possibly can be. It meets all of the emissions regulations. It's not like an old school 10-year-old, 20-year-old diesel that billows smoke out the back. It's a very modern, very usable, incredibly potent little diesel that actually gives you incredible MPG and still gives you a very joyful drive in the 2 Series Coupe. I really enjoy this car. So, what are my final thoughts on the 220d? Well, as far as I can tell, being the diesel hasn't hindered this car's driving capabilities at all. And then you get incredible MPG. As I've already mentioned, this gets nearly 50 on this car, and this has been used. It's an incredible package. I think the 2 Series Coupe as a whole, no matter which engine you go for, is a great little sports car. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel. If you want any more information on the 2 Series Coupe, use the links in the description of this video to contact your nearest Rybrook BMW retailer. And well, I'll see you guys again very, very soon.